Good morning, party people. I am going for my walk. You're welcome to come along. This will not be a tinkering session teaching people how to work on their cars. You may not want to watch it. The camera will not be steady. I don't want to make you nauseous. I can't watch those videos with all that shaking. I don't know how to activate stabilization, so it won't be stable. Kind of early, sun's been up about 20 minutes out here. Crazy enough, I am still in Ohio. This place is holding me back. I need to cut it loose, wrapped around my ankles. Rough. Anyway, if you want to come along for this walk, you can. Just chit-chatting about stuff that's going on up here. Not that crazy stuff, just kind of the stuff that I can actually talk about. I don't want you to get scared. We all got crazy things going on in our mind. When we see stuff, it affects our thinking. We see crazy movies and all this stuff, and all that stuff bounces around up there. That's why it may be better not even ever to watch anything. Treat your mind like you treat your little children. You don't want to expose that thing to too much crazy. It affects the way you think. So anyway, I am still in Ohio. I'm waiting for my daughter to okay me to go by her place and get my stuff out of her garage so I can hit the road. Time got away from me yesterday. I didn't have enough time to get my stuff out of her garage. So, still in there. Tools, parts, equipment. I did get the timing belt done on Panther yesterday, so that's good. So Panther is, I believe, safe. Continue to work hard on the earth. But I wanted to touch base with you guys about a few things. Good morning to everybody where it's morning, afternoon to where it's afternoon. Anyway, I have a few things that cross my mind from time to time. This morning, I was thinking about some people's misconception about the term nice. Here in the U.S., we have several words that have multiple meanings and are diluted. That word nice is one of them. Most people, when they say, hey, that's a nice guy, they interpret that as being kind, gentle, and caring. I hate to disappoint you, but I'm really not a nice guy. I'm not saying I'm mean, I'm just not like nice like that. Now, I got nice friends. I have nice friends. My buddy Dan the Man, nicest guy you ever want to meet in your life. Even when you wrong him, he's nice. my friend in the Raleigh area, Tad, nicest guy you ever want to meet. Pure niceness. Me? I'm not that nice. You find out when you call me with nonsense, because I like to challenge nonsense. Like, why are you driving around with your cat in the car and you're losing coolant all over the place and you think it's a good idea to keep going? Doesn't bring out the nice in me. Now, I am a helper. One of my top characteristics that God implanted in me when I was born or created, He created me as a helper. Not all people are helpers. Some people don't want to help. That's fine. They got other good qualities that they can function in, like being nice. I'm a giver. I like to give where I can. Helping and giving goes hand in hand. Niceness and compassion goes hand in hand. There's things that go, like leaders, people that can lead Fortune 500 companies. Those people not nice. They're concerned with delivering things to people and services that will help progression happen on this earth. They're not concerned about niceness. Here's an example of the misinterpretation of niceness. I hope you can hear me past this traffic. I apologize. This is how it is when you go on a walk. When things happen you can't control. Anyway, last night, after I struggled through the timing belt job on Panther and had to deal with a bad part that they're now shipping people, serpentine belts, supposed to fit, they don't fit. P80 serpentine belts, 93 through 98. Anyway, it's a different story. I stopped by the grocery store on the way home. There's a guy in the parking lot obviously disturbing a lady. That bothers me. Does that make me nice? Not really, because I'd really rather just choke the guy for bothering this lady in the parking lot at night. She appeared to be a little more mature than me, and this guy corners her when she tries to put her cart back. He's asking for money or something. So I stop. I say, ma'am, go ahead about your business. I'll handle this. Really, just about angers me to see guys bothering women when they're alone. It ain't right. This lady didn't leave her house to go to the grocery store at night to be bothered by you. Find something else to do. Anyway, he's down on his luck, had a nasty divorce, trying to get somewhere. A nice person probably cares. I don't care. All I'm concerned about is him bothering that lady. Anyway, I had an obligation to her since I cut her loose to deal with this guy. So I'm asking the guy, what you want? Well, now, I don't want to hear all that. Just tell me what you want. Why are you bothering this lady in this parking lot? Well, I hadn't eaten all day. I need gas to get somewhere. I need this, I need that. Okay, so what do you want? You want me to push your truck down the road, or you want gas in your truck? Well, I can use some gas. Well, meet me at the gas station. I can get you some gas. I got a few dollars in my debit account. I can get you some gas. Well, which gas? Just go to the nearest gas station. I don't want to follow you around the city, but you ain't got no gas. Is that a nice thought? No, I'm just trying to keep my promise to that lady that I would deal with this guy bothering her about gas. So anyway, we go to the gas station. I activate my debit card. I ask him how much. $5, $10. Well, where $5, $10 gonna get you in a moving truck? How much? Well, $20. Well, it's $20 gonna get you where you need to go, because I don't want to think about you bothering some more women trying to get gas money. So anyway, he's pumping gas, telling me his hard luck story. Man, I don't want to hear all that. I just want you to shut this pump off so I know how much I'm short in my debit card account. And she gave the guy $2, $3 for something to eat. I gave the guy some more money because he claimed he didn't eat. Is that nice? People might consider that nice. They see a little boy hug a puppy. Oh, that's nice. They see a child hug another child. Oh, that's nice. I don't know. I'm more helpful than nice. That's just it. So please don't be disappointed when you contact me and expect to run into somebody that wants to hear your life story about how you've been neglecting and maintaining this car. Because when your car is broke down because you haven't changed the transmission fluid ever, you haven't checked the coolant, and since the radiator was replaced in 1962, and all the lights and everything's falling off of it, I don't have any compassionate words for that. I'm going to ask you, why are you driving around on bald tires? Probably not a nice thing to ask somebody when their car broke down. That's just what I'm trying to get to the root. And maybe you'll learn that you need to pay attention to things on your car before it breaks down. I'll help you get it fixed if I can afford to. But, you know, not that nice a guy. I'm helpful. I'm generous, just not that nice. So, just want to clear that up. You guys may see it differently. I don't know. Excuse me. So, some people ask, or they're curious about me giving away cars. It's just a car, you know? Some people can afford them, some can't. I can't afford new ones, so I keep and fix up my old one. Is it cheaper for me to keep and fix my car? Heck yeah. If I left the house today to go buy a car that I would consider a decent replacement for my car, I ain't got $55,000, and I'm not about to get on the hook for paying back $55,000 to nobody. I can't do it. I don't have steady income. My income is not good enough to make payments on a $55,000 car. And insurance and maintenance. They all need maintenance. When you buy it, if you pay enough for it, they may cover the maintenance. Well, they ain't covering it. They wrapped it into the cost. So anyway, I drive old cars occasionally. When I'm done with one or don't need one, I'm able to pass that on to somebody when I'm not hurting, you know. One of the cars I gave away, I'll tell that story in a second, but one of the first cars I gave away was my Volvo 740 GLE. There was a young lady trying to help me and my business partner. I was in real estate. I was showing property in this Volvo 740. That car is acceptable real estate transportation. Spotless. Wasn't a speck of dirt on it. Well maintained. I used to repeat customers in that car, and they would joke with me, Robert, when you gonna buy a new car? I know you making enough money. I don't need no new car. This one is fine. Well, one of my best friends, Calvin, his wife was finished with her 960. I was driving my 740 around, and there was a young lady working for me and my business partner in the office. I guess you want to call it down on her luck. She needed a vehicle. So she was working at a car dealership, and I had allowed her to sell Diane a Jeep Grand Cherokee, a couple years old. Anyway, she needed a vehicle. So I got with my buddy Calvin, made arrangements, twisted his arm to sell me that 960. He didn't want to sell a car to a friend. He didn't want to ruin a good friendship over a car. Man, don't worry about that. I ain't that kind of person. Anyway, I got the 960, and I went in the office, and my friend Jacky, lady is working with us, kept asking for me to sell her the Volvo 740. She can't afford no car. Can't afford to pay for one for sure. So I said, okay, Jacky, I got a deal for you today. Because she's asking every day. I said, you empty out the contents of your purse, money-wise, and however much money you have in your purse, I'll sell you my Volvo for. Again, this car was clean. I was showing real estate property in it. customers getting out of the car, no problem at all. No embarrassment. I was proud of my Volvo. So she looked at me, she said, "What? You don't want that deal?" And I knew that Jacky probably only had lunch money, not a dime more. If she had that. Half the time my business partner bought her lunch. So anyway, Jacky reaches in her pocket and dumps out $7.38. Excuse me. She said, "Man, I don't believe you're playing with me like this. You're not gonna sell me the car for $7.38. I said, "Call Diane." So I give her Diane's number, or she uses my cell phone. Diane answers the phone. "Hello?" She said, "Diane, this is Jacky. Robert's up here telling me he's gonna sell me his Volvo for $7.38. Diane said, "I guess we better find another car." She said, "That's all I need to hear." Bye, click. She wouldn't hear nothing else. So I tell her, I said, "Now, I'm gonna shake you down. If I find another penny on you, this deal's off. But if that's all you got, I'll take it. Because, hey, if you don't have a car, you would rather buy a car and skip lunch than eat lunch and not have a car." You know, so she wasn't going to be hungry enough not to buy that car for $7.38. So I took her $7.38. Would a nice person do that? Probably not, but I did. I ain't worried about her lunch. That's not my problem. So I sell her my 740 GLE that I'm proud to cart my real estate customers around in for $7.38. I look at that as one of the first cars I gave away. You know, Jacky was thrilled. I was all right with it. Bought my friend's 960. Off I went. You know, so hey, that's one of the first cars I gave away. How many cars have I given away? Man, I don't know. Some of them for $1, some of them for cost. You know, an example of that is old Mildred. One of my viewers watches the videos every day. Nice guy, John. He bought a much newer car than old Mildred, probably 15 years newer. Didn't need old Mildred. Asked me if I want him. "John, you know, I don't need another car." Donated the car to someone that could use it, needed it. They really didn't want it. So John stayed in touch with them. He asked them to give him right of first refusal back. So he made arrangements for me to get the car and donate it to somebody that really needed it. So I drive from Cincinnati to get the car. I pick up the car, drive it back to Cincinnati. I already know somebody needs a car they haven't driven in years, haven't owned a car in years. I do a few repairs to it. I estimate a cost. I contact that person. "Hey, would you like to have a car? I believe I heard you're looking for one. I know of a nice car that you can have. However, it's not perfect. It's a 22-year-old car, 21 years old." So anyway, he says yes, he'd like to have it. How much does it cost? I say, "Well, I'm into the car for $280, something like that. And by the time I fix the things on it that should be fixed, the cost to me will be around $620. He's like, "Man, I can afford that." He gives me $620. I buy a couple parts, fix a few things. I give him the car. Now, labor-wise, I'm probably labored into the car. Retail labor, probably about $1,800. Hard cost, about $620. So he covered the hard costs. He has a car that he could probably drive around for 4 or 5 years. And he has access to me, access to the videos. I think that's a good deal, you know. I guess I would say I didn't make any profit from the car, so in my eyes, I gave him a car I had control of. So probably most 80% of the cars I give away, that's the scenario. They cover my cost to get it. Some don't. That's fine. If they can't afford it and I can, I'll do it, you know. I'm a giver and I'm helpful to people, you know. So kind of how that car deal thing goes, you know. So I've given mostly cars away to people I don't know. A few cars away to people I do know. I think I've only given 2 cars to relatives, my daughter and one of my second cousins. Most of my relatives are too good for my cars. You know, they just are. They don't want no Volvo. They want to go buy a brand new Suzuki. You know, that car been gone. They got about 4 cars, and the cars I've given away are still on the road. And Lord help them if they ever get to an accident, one of them little tin cans. People just don't understand. They rather have a car note getting cars repossessed, but they too good for the cars I'm giving away. Hey, gotta love them, relatives. But oh, another thing I wanted to talk about on my walk is, man, I reply to computer messages when I'm at a computer. Emailing, Facebook messaging, stuff tied to my computer. I may not get to those ever because I'm not at my computer that often. When I do get to my computer, I try to hit all the Facebook messages. By the time I'm done with that, I'm too distracted and tired to do anything else. I don't check email that often. My email is jammed up. I need to file email bankruptcy. Now my Gmail email account is attached to my phone, but again, email is low priority contact to me. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Phone calls, text messages, Instagram messages I'm okay with. It's hard to find things and go back to things in Instagram. I got a prime example. I found some nice wheels at the junkyard yesterday. My buddy Andrew gave me a tip on some, I don't know what they're called, Profos or porpoises, or, you know, they're 9Ys. BBS wheels that Volvo put on the C70s, very good looking wheels. I've joked with people in the past that's had them on their car, asking them, was they going to be generous enough to swap wheels with me on the spot? Those requests normally are ignored. Yeah, Propuses, that's it. I found a set of Propuses. Now there's a guy that has hit me up on one of these weird messaging sites in Virginia that told me that I could bring some wheels out there or ship them out there. He will powder coat them for me. Man, I would love to have these wheels refinished and powder coated as an offer gesture of generosity and appreciation for the Robert DIY Volvo channel. I know how to find this guy. I wish I did. Unfortunately, I don't. I should have made a special little black book for special offers like that. Because I am headed to Virginia today. I would love to drop these wheels off at his feet and pick them up in a week or two, freshly finished for Queen Bee, baby. But no, I don't know where he messaged me at. If if you're out there, call me. 501-351-6466. The wheels actually don't look bad. They dropped the C70 down at the junkyard, and Andrew, who trolls the social media and the internet for Volvo every day, he spotted it. He said, hey man, and Scott had gave me a lead on some of these wheels too. They were in, I think, in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I went back to look for them. They were gone. They were gone in 3-4 days. I'm surprised they lasted the 3 hours that they did at the junkyard. So that's one of the things that distracted me from getting out of Cincinnati at the time I wanted to yesterday. So I actually was trying to get out of town yesterday. The lady that I'm delivering dark cherry to, she said she was not going to be available yesterday, so I just switched my days to today. I was planning on leaving 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Now it's almost 7:30, and I'm still not gone because I couldn't get all my stuff packed up out of there. So anyway, back to communication. I check communication when I'm not doing something more important than checking my communication. Example, if I'm in the shower, I can't answer the phone. I can't reply to text messages. It's more important to wash the stench and grub off my body than it is to chit-chat with somebody on the phone about their problem. You know, when your car's broke down, I cared, I want to help you, but that's not my problem. So I'm getting my body cleaned up, you know. So I can't reply to messages, I can't get on the phone. When I'm working on somebody's car, trying to load up, my hands are full, I can't get the phone. Sometimes I get it, throw it in my shoulder. You guys have seen me do that. If I'm with somebody and we're having conversation, I don't normally let the phone interrupt conversation. That's just rude, you know. If I'm having dinner with somebody and the phone rings or a message, I can't, you know, so I reply to messages when I can. Usually when I'm not doing something else and when it's safe to do so and when I'm awake. I said all that to say this. If you save me in your phone as a contact, you might want to mute your notifications from me. Because if I'm up at 4 in the morning and I can't sleep, I'm probably going to start checking messages. And if you want me to reply to your message, it's best if I reply when I'm reading it. Because if I read the message and it's 4 in the morning and I don't want to reply to it until 8 in the morning, I'm probably going to forget that I read that message and not reply. So, I said all that to say this. If I read your message at 4 in the morning, I'm going to go ahead and reply to it. Now, I've only had maybe 1 or 2 people over the years complain about getting a text message from me at 3 in the morning. Mute your phone. These phones are smart. At 10 o'clock at night, my phone goes mute. At 7 in the morning, it goes unmute. You can program your phone when to notify you of messages. When I pick my phone up at 7:30 in the morning and tell it that I'm ready to deal with today, I get all kind of notifications. I might get 20 notifications. So, if I'm sitting there not doing nothing more important, I start reading and replying to messages. So, if I disturb your sleep at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, I apologize. I'm just trying to help you out by replying to your message, not trying to wake you up. Hopefully you got your phone muted at those times and you'll get that message when you wake up and need that information, you know. So sometimes I get calls 10 at night, 11 at night, midnight, 1 in the morning. I don't know. My phone's on mute. I might see it light up, but at 10 at night, when I'm trying to get close to my wife, it's not the time to answer your call. I'm sure you understand that. Just not. So that's how it works on messages. So as for today, I'm gonna step in this room, ask Diane if she needs something. If she doesn't need anything, headed to get me a cup of coffee, go to get my items from my daughter's place, and I'm headed to DC. Then a couple other spots. It's gonna be a long day towing that car. Then I'm gonna bed down close to Fredericksburg, Virginia. Hopefully in between Fredericksburg and Richmond, Virginia. I'll be in that area a couple days. Then I plan on heading north towards helping Rebecca and a few other people. Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. And God bless if Governor Cuomo let me come into the great state of New York and the mayor lets me into New York City. I'll be in New York City. I might have to steal some New York license. Find a New York license plate just to get in. I got these New Mexico license plates. Man, when this stuff first hit and all the crazy was happening, Aunt Michelle had New Mexico as the safest place on the planet. Now these old creeping around people that messed that up, they got us on the hit list of infectious people. Can you imagine them saying people from New Mexico's infectious? I don't understand that at all. Now, I will say this about being in Ohio, as long as I have been, I am in the red. Between messing with that place there, jacking my account for more money than they were supposed to, and sitting up, man, I thought I would be in this hotel for 2-3 nights at the most. I've been in this hotel, I want to say 8 nights. I left my daughter's place Thursday night, Friday night, then a week, 9 days in this hotel of just servicing my car, my daughter's car, Byron's car, the donor car, Red Baron obligation, that kind of stuff. Now Andrew hooked me up. He helped me out a little bit. My daughter helped me out a little bit. But man, I've been in Ohio a long time. I'm in the red. So hopefully I don't get no more in the red. I'll be able to travel out east and stay where I'm at if people's able to cover the cost, or if they're able to help me out a little bit. I'll start creeping toward the yellow and green on this trip, but I think we're gonna be okay. If we get to where I'm concerned about me finishing this trip, I will notify people on the help route, let them know, hey, I need some help or I'm gonna have to go home. But things are going well, weather's great. Hopefully people out east got their power on and we'll be able to travel without any hassles. So, you know, just making it through the day. Now, something has happened with serpentine belts going on those P80 cars. Me and Andrew tried to get this belt on Panther last night. That's a 5-minute job for me. 10 if I'm sleeping. We struggled with that thing for nearly an hour. The serpentine belt. Couldn't get that thing on there. Finally forced it on there. damaged the belt, and I was hoping didn't damage one of my pulleys. Power steering, alternator, AC. Man, that thing was super tight. Now, I had a hard time getting that thing on Red Baron, and I thought maybe it was because it was an RN engine with that in-engine serpentine bracket. These belts are coming in short. So, do not order the Continental serpentine belt. I'm gonna make a separate video here in a few minutes. Don't order that belt right now. It's not the right belt. I'm gonna call FCP probably first thing Monday morning, try to get this straightened out, because I know people have a hard time getting that belt on anyway. You don't need no help with the belt being short. So maybe we'll get that sorted out. Hopefully within the next couple hours, I'll be on the road headed east, get to see some of you wonderful people. And man, I'm not a mean person, just not the nicest guy in the world. I mean well, want to help when I get to you if I can. And I look forward to hanging out. Most people that hang out with me, we enjoy ourselves, man. Diane's extremely funny, got a lot of wisdom. I'm a little silly, enjoy joking around. And anytime you get some help getting some stuff done that'll lighten your financial load, that's always good too. So I'm done with my walk, about to walk in this hotel. Appreciate you guys joining me, and hope you have a great day. Probably not going to mix a separate video for the sake of time today. I'll see how that looks. I'm going to take a little break.